So we said that generalists have a wide tolerance curve. So if we're looking at tolerance curves for generalists, they tend to be pretty wide for lots of factors. So we said they can eat lots of different kinds of foods. Maybe they can shift their reproductive capabilities. Like we said, coyotes, if they're under pressure, will actually have more babies. So a female coyote in an area with no predation on coyotes might have litters of 6. And you ramp up the pressure on them, they might have litters of 20, which is a lot of mouths to feed. Raccoons eat anything, live anywhere, live in woodlands, sure. Live in city centers, sure. Coyotes, I don't have a good picture of a coyote, but you realize that coyotes live in all 88 counties in Ohio?
Nice.
What does that mean?
Means they're everywhere.
It means downtown Cleveland has coyotes. I have a friend who lives in Cleveland Heights. It's one of the old inner ring suburbs. She's like right up against Cleveland. She's, a quarter mile from the Cleveland city line. And she works second shift. So she gets off work. She works in downtown. She gets off work at like 11 o'clock. She works in the hospital. And she gets home, before midnight. Usually somewhere around midnight, she's out walking her dog. Big, giant, well, this is a dog who's long since died. Big, large Rottweiler. So she's out at like 12:30 at night walking her dog in her neighborhood, and she looks up, and she sees a dog cross the road. And she said, it took me a minute to process the fact that that was not a dog. And like she and I we backpack together. She knows wildlife. She and I have seen coyotes out in the wild together. She knows coyotes. She said, it just took me a second. I thought, I should not let the cats out at night. There are coyotes in downtown Cleveland. There are coyotes in downtown Columbus, in Cincinnati, in Youngstown, in the suburbs, in the farm fields, in the woods. They are super adaptable. They're awesome generalists. Let's look at another generalist. This is one that'll make we looked at these guys. Cockroaches! Eat anything, live anywhere. Have lots of babies, have no babies, hold on to your eggs, do just about anything. Pretty darn flexible. So let me throw one more generalist at you. A lot of these generalists, people just aren't so fond of. What's that one? What is it? Me too, actually, because my cat will kill one of them and not the other. And some people have pet rats and have fond attachments, and that's fine. But this is a Norway rat, Rattus norvegicus. They're a European species. Guess where they've ended up? Every place on the planet. I think there are probably rats on every continent except Antarctica. I mean, they are everywhere. What will rats eat? Anything. Corn, bugs, other rats, bread crusts, dead bodies, cardboard, paper. You had a pet rat? Oh. Oh, peanut butter. Yeah, that's what you put traps. Yeah, put it out on traps. They'll eat anything. Interestingly enough, and when we do population growth, we'll watch. If you're squeamish about rats at all, I will turn your stomach. Sorry. Hamsters are rats. No, gerbils are rats with good PR. Hamsters are a whole different thing. There's a special about a population boom of rats that happens every 50 years in India, and the imagery is horrendous. But these female rats actually, again, shift their reproductive cycling, where normally they would have 3 months between litters. During this boom period that happens every 50 years, they shift their reproduction and they can produce 1 litter of pups every 4 weeks.
That's nuts.
And those pups can get pregnant at 2 weeks.
How long does it last?
Till the food runs out and then they all die.
Oh, that's not going to happen now.
You'll either love or hate this movie. It's awesome.
So
It's
gonna happen in
gross.
a lifetime then?
Yeah, probably.
Sweet.
Yeah. Yes, they do. And they eat their pups, and they eat. I mean, it's grim.
Do they eat themselves?
That would be counterproductive. But anyway, So these are all generalist species. Let me give you one more generalist species before we move on to our other kind of tolerance curve. That's exactly what I wanted you to say. Thank you. What is it? It's a dandelion. The first flower most kids can identify. You know you can eat it? Who here has eaten dandelion greens?
My uncle makes wine
Okay.
out.
Yes. I have a friend who does the same thing. You can make a tea or a wine out of the blossoms. You can eat the roots. You can eat the crown, which is right where the leaf and the root meet. It's a dandelion.